Hello मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, welcome back. Your board exams are so close, right? And I know the pressure is really building up. So today, we're going to tackle one of the most important chapters in coordinate geometry, straight lines. And trust me, we're going to make it feel like an absolute piece of cake. So if you're ready to master this chapter with me, what are you waiting for? Go on, hit that subscribe button and definitely share this with your friends who are also stressing out. And yeah, don't forget to tell me in the comments which chapter is bothering you the most. Chalo, let's get started.
I know. I get it. The name itself, straight lines. It just sounds so serious, doesn't it? And it brings straight up tension. There are just so many formulas, so many different kinds of questions. It can feel totally overwhelming. But you know what? I promise you, by the end of this quick session, this chapter is going to feel easy. Seriously. All that tension, it's just going to vanish.
All right, so before we jump into any of the new stuff, let's just do a super fast flashback. Let's quickly revise what you already mastered back in Class 10. Think of it as our foundation. And hey, the best part is you already know all of this.
Remember these two? The distance formula and the section formula? Come on, these are your Class 10 superstars. They're like our old friends, right? And they are the essential building blocks for everything, literally everything we're going to cover today. So you see, you've already got a head start.
Okay, great. Now that our foundation is rock solid, let's start building. It's time to uncover the biggest secret of this chapter, the most important new idea, the absolute heart and soul of straight lines. And what is that? It's the slope. Yep. Sometimes you'll also hear it being called the gradient.
So what on earth is this slope? It's actually really simple. Just imagine you're climbing a hill, okay? Or walking up a ramp. If it's super steep, it's tough to climb, isn't it? Well, that steepness, that's exactly what the slope is. And in math, we give it a value. We measure it by calculating the tan of the angle that the line makes with the positive side of the x-axis.
Now, have a look at this diagram. It's straight from your textbook, and it shows exactly what I'm talking about. See that angle there, the one marked theta? That, my friends, is what we call the inclination. Now, here's a super important detail. Notice the little arrow showing the direction? It's always, and I mean always, measured anti-clockwise from the positive x-axis. Please don't forget this part.
Okay, but what happens if you don't know the angle? What if you're just given 2 points on the line? Well, no problem at all, because this right here, this is the magic formula. And let me tell you, you are going to use this in like 99% of your exam questions. The slope, m, is simply the change in y divided by the change in x. So that's y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. You have to memorize this. Write it down, highlight it, stick it on your wall, whatever you need to do, but do not forget this formula. It is just so important.
Next up, 2 golden rules. I can almost guarantee you that a question on this will come in your exam. Ready? For 2 lines to be parallel, like railway tracks that never meet, their slopes have to be exactly equal. m1 equals m2. Simple. And for 2 lines to be perpendicular, making that perfect 90-degree L shape, the product of their slopes has to be -1. m1 times m2 equals -1. Got it? Write these down right now.
Okay, so now you're all slope masters. So what's next? Well, now we can find the address of any line. And what's the address of a line? It's simply its equation. So let's check out the most common ways to write this address.
And this one, my dear students, this is going to be your new best friend. It's the point-slope form. Honestly, it's just a simple 3-step recipe. All you need is the slope, m, and any one point on the line. That's it. Once you have those 2 things, you just pop them into the formula. Y minus y naught equals m times x minus x naught. See, the whole game is just about finding the slope and 1 point. All right, here's another really popular one you've probably seen 100 times, y equals mx plus c. In this, m is our same old friend, the slope. And c? C is something called the y-intercept. It's a fancy name for a very simple thing. It's just the point where the line cuts the y-axis. That's all. And this form is super useful for quickly imagining what the line looks like. You guys are doing fantastic work. So, we know how to write the equation of a line. Now let's move on to another favorite question of the examiners. This is another one that's a direct formula application, okay? It's all about finding the distance of a point from a line.
Now, I know, this formula can look a little scary, but trust me, it's actually a gift in the exam.
If you need to find the shortest distance, d, from a point to a line, you just have to plug the values into this formula. That's it. It's a direct shot question that gets you full marks. Just one piece of advice. Be very, very careful with the plus and minus signs, okay? Chalo bacho, enough with the theory. Now it's time for the real action. Let's solve a typical exam question together, and you'll see how everything we've learned just clicks into place. And listen, no need to worry. Tension bilkul nahi lene ka. We'll go through it step by step.
Okay, first step is always to read the question carefully. What do they want? They want us to find the equation of a line. Simple. Now, what information have they given us? Well, we know our line passes through the point -3, 5. And there's a condition. Our line is perpendicular to another line, and that other line passes through the points 2, 5 and -3, 6. Okay, we have our clues.
All right, first things first. We need the slope, right? Let's start by finding the slope of the other line, the one they gave us 2 points for. We'll call it m1. So, using our magic formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's 6 minus 5 on top and -3 minus 2 on the bottom. So that gives us 1 over -5. Easy peasy.
Okay, now, what was that golden rule for perpendicular lines? Do you remember? Yes, the product of their slopes is -1. So, if m1 is -1 by 5, what will the slope of our line be? Let's call it m2. So, -1 by 5 times m2 equals -1. A little bit of simple calculation and m2 has to be 5. Brilliant, we found our slope.
So, what do we have now? We have a points, -3, 5, and we have our slope, which is 5. So which formula should we use? Of course, our best friend, the point-slope form. So we plug it in. Y minus 5 equals 5 times x minus -3, which is just x plus 3, right? A little bit of rearranging, and we get our final answer. 5x minus y plus 20 equals 0. And that's it. Full marks. See? I told you it was easy.
Wow, you have all been absolutely amazing. We've literally covered the entire chapter in just a few minutes. So before we wrap up, let's do a super duper fast revision of everything important. So get your phones out, it's screenshot time.
And here it is, your ultimate cheat sheet for the straight lines chapter. We've got the slope formula, the rules for parallel and perpendicular lines, your best friend, the point-slope form, the y equals mx plus c form, the intercept form, and that distance formula. Literally everything you need is right here on this one slide. So go on, pause here, take a nice clear screenshot, and save it for your last-minute revision. This is pure gold. And that's a wrap for today. Look, you've understood all the concepts now. The only thing left to do is a little bit of practice. That's all. Just pick up your textbook, solve a few questions on your own, and trust me, you will be unstoppable. I have 100% faith in every single one of you. So if you found this helpful, and if all that straight line tension is finally gone, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And do let me know in the comments which chapter is stressing you out, and I'll make the next video on that. All the very best for your exams, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.